Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone. I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect.
Wagwan people, Lumini here, back again with another episode of the Mind Save here on my channel, and we are here with the beginning of season 2 after we survived our struggles at the bottom of the table. We survived and stayed in the Bundesliga for another season. We get a season 2 in the Bundesliga. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different from what I usually do here, because there's 2 targets that I have seen that I really want to go in for. You guys would have seen them because I had news stories about them pop up. But Joel Matip and Anthony Martial are 2 players that I desperately, if I can, want to bring in. Now, Martial has a offer from Barca coming through. Matip has an offer from Chelsea coming through. So we're going to also offer a contract to both players and then leave it down to them to see who they pick. I'm going to offer him 40k a week. He's happy with that. So like I said, he is actually just going to come straight in. So Anthony Martial will be our first signing of this window. It's a big signing for us, and I think it will help us a lot on that left. It will probably also help us up top, where I think he's more likely to play this season. A big signing that I just want to get in personally. Like I said, he did have an offer from Barca. I think he wouldn't have got the play time at Barca, but here he definitely will get the play time. I'll probably switch to a 2-man up top like I was planning to do. So yeah, Anthony Martial will be our first signing of the window. There he is in the My shirt. Next up, we're going to do the same thing for Joel Matip. Now, obviously, Joel Matip is an aging player at 32. He's probably only got downside from here, so I'm not going to massively overpay for Joel Matip. See if he'll pick a rotation. He wants a crucial. Bring it down to important. Oh, he wants crucial. Fine. But yeah, I'm not looking to massively overpay for Joel Matip. I don't really know either, money-wise, what it is that Joel Matip's going to be looking for. But again, I'm not looking to break my wage structure. Okay, sign on. And they're happy with that. So, second signing of the window will be another big name in Joel Matip. I have a very specific plan for Joel Matip to play the back 3 and play the centre of the back 3. Hence why I'm bringing him in. If we decide to go back to the back 4, he will purely be a rotational player. Like I said, had an offer from Chelsea, but probably the game time again wouldn't have been anywhere near the same as the game time that he's going to get here, and decent money. And we've already completed a board objective without even looking at them. So 2 massive names coming in for us, Anthony Martial and Joel Matip. Let's just rip the band-aid off now and go ahead and take a look at the back 3 that we were planning on playing. So I've got Cassie or Hansa Olsen to rotate in on here. The plan, how I planned it out, was to have Matip down the middle there. Martial was going to play on the left, but I will put him up top with a Jork and then have Daka coming off that left. Barre, Barrera, Martins, but I may sign a slightly bigger midfielder because we don't have a lot of height in midfield. As you can see, we got a lot of players back, like I said, at the end of the last season. So we've got a lot of players to decide what we're doing things with. I have made decisions for some, so I'll show you that now. And then there's a bunch of scouting that I'm doing, so there won't be any more transfer offers probably. Patson Daka I want to stay, but he won't allow me to remove him. Danny Batts is going to go on the list to be sold, because obviously I was kind of hoping he wouldn't come back from his loan, but he has. Sirota still wants to be loaned out, so that's fine. If he wants to go out on loan, he can do that. Bobazen, Viper, Schulz, Lowes, Kaufman and Schneider are all up for loan, but pretty much anybody at the moment is up for grabs in terms of sales. We've got a lot of contracts at the end of this season, or coming up at the end of the season. Obviously, fortunately, I don't think it's really any of the big players that we are currently planning on using. So maybe in pre-season, I'm going to give a bunch of the lads that came back from loan in game time in pre-season, get there eventually, to see how they do. But yeah, I think we will be switching now that we've brought Matip into this back three, and I'm excited for that, to be fair, to try it. We'll probably end up in the back four because things will go horribly wrong, but hey, what's our objectives for this season? Youth development. Within 2 seasons, have at least 1 player from the youth academy signed in the first season, play at least 50% of the games of the next season. They want us to get 10 away wins, which is fine. Critical, they want us in the same season sign 2 crucial players, which we have, and make a profit of 85 million. I don't know really how they expect us to do that. That just really isn't feasible whatsoever. But I don't know. Domestically, they want us to reach the round of 16 of DFB Pokal, and this season they want us to qualify for a European competition. Obviously, no continental success. I will now throw up my own objectives for this season. May not be quite as ambitious as our board. Alright, so as usual, starting off with transfer objectives, we're going to go for a bit of a rebuild this season, signing new players to fit our new tactics that we're going to go for, and not we have the same as last season where we want to sell or loan out our fringe players, but pretty similar transfer targets to last year. Besides from, obviously now we'll have the money to invest more in changing more of the squad. Next we're on to financials. Financials is pretty much exactly the same as last year, besides from keeping our wages below 50k for new signings. Youth wise, we want to continue to grow the same talents that we brought up, so your Pishlers, etc. We want to make sure that they can get to a good level, as well as adding to the crop of youth players that we already have. We've got an okay crop of youth players, I think. I think we'll have more once we see players come back from loan, maybe at the end of the season or maybe mid-season for some of the better ones. But yeah, that's it. Let's move on to on-field. On-field wise, I'm going to go back to the back three. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing about it, but I want to find a viable way to use the back three. So we're going to look to do that again with the 3-5-2. We'll show that, or I have shown it. One way or the other, you'll see it soon. I want to have some adaptive tactics as well alongside the back three, though. I will do a big run through of all the tactics. I'm pretty sure I haven't done it yet, but I can't remember for sure. But yeah, we're going to have a big run through of all the tactics. We're going to have multiple formations that we can use, a more defensive one, some back four more attacking ones. So that's the plan with all of our tactic based stuff. And then lastly, it's just a really simple one. I just want to cut out the mistakes that we've been making that have been costing us points. We made a lot last season, and I think it really cost us and put us in a bad position for a while. But that is it for my tactics. Let's move on to the rest of the episode. So already we've got some loan offers and transfer offers coming in. Like I said, I don't think I want to let Patson Daka leave. Sirota, interesting. Loan to buy from AC Milan. You guys are going to have to cover more of the wages though. I'm not budging on that at all either. 4.6 future fee. I want that to be 6.5. Happy with 6.2. So Sirota may be joining AC Milan on loan. I'm not letting Patson Daka go. Like I said, it's not really a 1 year thing for Patson. Hopefully we can get him in left midfield and playing a bit more, and I want to stay. Frankfurt, you can fuck right off. And that's mad, then I might think about it. I mean, even that isn't terrible. Aurel Mangala plus money for Patson Daka. 8 million on top of that. You can have him. Right, what about 7 million then. They actually have matched it. Oh shit. Huh. We can use the money and we get a player back, so, but only if Mangala's going to come down in wages, because I'm not giving him 51k a week for sure. Better than our top earners. I'll offer you the 40 that we're trying to stick to. They're happy with 40. It looks like a swap deal may be going through for Patson Daka with Oro Mangala. He'll be going back to England, and Oro Mangala will be coming back to Germany. Alexander now is going out on loan to AC Milan with an option to buy. Like I said, they're covering more of the wages than us, so that's fine. Can bring in another centre back there, hopefully, so that will be all good. Danny Bat's transfer offer coming in, we will just straight up accept that because I'm not even asked about what Danny Bat's doing. Obviously, I'm still going to take some of your suggestions. We've had suggestions from last season, like Muric, who I still need to scout, but we've got so much scouting going on at the moment that I just don't really have anyone left over to do scouting, so I'm trying to get around to it, I promise you. Danny Batts will be joining Darmstadt. Like I said, there's probably not many chances for him at our club anyway, so just getting the money for Danny Batts is probably the better thing to do. Got an M1A transfer offer coming in here. Let's negotiate and see if we can get a bit more money. Like I said, this window is a big window of change. I will be trying to move on a lot of players that I don't think we're going to get a lot of use out of. But yeah, that is the plan on this one. 6.2 from Wene has been agreed, so he may be off to Real Sociedad. Orel Mangala is coming in, which means Patson Daka is leaving to join Forest. He will go back to England. Mangala will come back to Germany. It's a decent price, to be fair, I think. We get Oro Mangala worth 12 million, 7 million on top of that, so that's about 19 million. So yeah, it's not too bad in my opinion. They're saying we could have got a bit more, maybe we could have, but like I said, it's another one of those. He wanted to leave, I didn't want him to leave, but he didn't want to be here, so if we can get a player in return, which we can with Oro Mangala, then I can't really complain too much. How tall is Oro Mangala? 5'10", so not the biggest, but you guys let me know, what do you think? I'm thinking of maybe making Tariq Lamptey a right midfielder, because we won't be playing with right backs a lot, and he also got found out a lot last season at right back with those back post crosses. So you guys let me know, would you be down for me switching him to a right midfielder? But yeah, 3 signings already coming in. That's pretty big for us in terms of making a quick start. So here's Oro Mangala. He's got decent all-round stats, decent pace on him. Strength and stuff's good. He can tackle well. He's got the technical trait. We are going to train him in CDM just to make 100% sure that he can play that role to his best ability. I forgot to do this with Martial and Matip, so I will do it now. Matip, obviously not the quickest, but he's got decent jumping, interceptions, etc., reactions and all of that. Tackling is very good. Passing's not too shabby either, so should be able to get us out of problems, and he has got the jockey and block traits. And then last but not least, we'll hop across to Anthony Martial. Like I said about him when we were looking at him, he's pretty well rounded in terms of physicals. The pace is decent, the strength is decent, mental's not too bad, very good ball control, finishing not too bad, dribbling's pretty high, shot power and everything is pretty high, decent passing on him as well. He's got the finesse shot, chip shot and technical traits, so he should add something more to our game that I think we didn't have going forward last season. We do have 47 million to work with still, so decent bit of money. I'm waiting for loads of scout reports to come back before I show you guys the transfer list properly. Transfer offer in for the young man Ben Bobazen. Probably a player that we're not going to get a lot of playtime out of. I'll do you a favour, drop it down to 1.5. How about that? They can't afford 1.5 cent at the end, so he will be staying here for now. Schneider will be going out on loan to Heerenveen, so that's some decent playtime in there for him, hopefully. Philip Mwene will be leaving to join Sociedad. At 30, his game time was limited last season anyway. I think that's probably a fine sale. As you can see, we got a bunch of scout reports have come back in, so we'll take a look at that. One thing I did forget to keep an update on though was the European Championships and how Norway did. The winners are eventually, hold on, Italy. Italy. I thought that was Sweden for a minute. How do Norway do? Norway topped their group over England, Northern Ireland, and Iceland. So Hansa Olsen having a decent bit of success, but then did go out of the quarterfinal round to Belgium away 2-0 winners. Let me look at all of these scout reports, and then I may show you guys some of the scouting that we have done. Right, offer coming here for Barrero, Martins plus Iosi Perez. We're not really interested in letting Barrero go, so I'm just going to straight up reject that one. I think I'm going to play a couple of the preseason games. I may not show them, but I just want to get acclimatized to trying the 3-5-2, so I may play a few of them and see how they go. Chelsea now coming for Barrero, Martins. I have this thing, right? So like a team like Chelsea for Barrero Martins, I think I have to at least negotiate, right? Because it's a big side. I think they probably, our player probably would be interested. However, what I refuse to do is sell him cheap. So if they don't want to come up, like they don't, I won't sell him. But I think I do have, I'm at least obligated to negotiate, I think. So I've got a bunch of players on here, as you can see, that I'm scouting still. But Pedro Neto, I did put him on our list to potentially sign because Wolves got relegated. I've also got Hwang Chan on here. But Pedro Neto has just been subject of interest from Feyenoord for like 17 million. So I'm going to go in and see if I can lowball my way into potential huge deal here for Pedro Neto with 12 million plus that. Who you guys want us to sign? I'm coming down to 16 his valuation. They're going to take some time to think about it, which is fine. If I do make this signing, I may leave my signings there for now, and then get back to you guys. They want Schaefer. You can have him on a normal loan. You cannot have him on a loan to buy because he's one of our promising ones. They want 21.2. I'm not going to go up that high because I know for a fact that they just agreed a deal with Feyenoord for much cheaper than that. I'll go 17.2. That's the highest I'm going to go. They're happy to meet 17.2. Let me quickly see if I've got archived that interest. Oh, I don't cap right now. He actually only wants 25k a week. Well, we will sign Pedro Neto then. It's actually not a terrible deal at the end of things. 17,200,000 I think is quite cheap for a player of Pedro Neto's caliber, as well as only paying him 25k a week, well under the cap. But yeah, another signing coming in for us, and it will be Pedro Neto. He is currently 78 rated, can play on both wings and up top. So that is a pretty huge signing for us, and it's worked out well for us. Looks like Adrian Kaufman will be going out on loan to Portugal, so he'll get some good play time, hopefully grow a bit for next season, and maybe even replace Joel Matip. Alright, so we've got a decent few scout reports back here. Obviously, we're definitely one that's going for a keeper. We've got probably the two biggest names is Jose Sarr, and I'm not going to try and say it. I think it's Marma Dashvili, but I don't want to say it completely wrong, so we're just going to leave it as Marma. We've also got some young players in Restes, Majeki. Gribic could be a decent mid-ground as well, but he is on the older spectrum. Fullback, I'm not really too worried about right now. I don't think that's too big a concern for us. I wanted to show you guys this. I'm not planning on signing him, but Marco Reus is at Newport County. Like, what? How random of a signing is that? I'm probably going to hold signings and just finish preseason that I may show you some games of. Unless something massive comes up. I probably will make some sales if they do come up. But yeah, signing wise, I'm probably going to hold off for a little bit. I'm going to play this next game against Genoa, so I'll probably show you guys a couple of the highlights, but not loads. So see you in a bit. Short with a great switch there. to Gelson. Barrero. 1-2 with Gelson.
And return to Mainz.
Barrero.
Give them high marks for their passing.
What an absolute mad cross from Barrero there. It may only be pre-season, but what a whip that was.
Well, it's a good deflection. That'll be
I mean, let's be honest. We've been all over them, but we haven't scored.
Let's see
Can
about
we
the
find a
delivery.
jork here?
Crucial
There's another
intervention just
corner
then
coming.
amid impending
A lot of
danger.
players covering his jork now. It's almost like they know what he's good at. And it's that. There we go. Ludovic Jork. Like I said, sometimes he hasn't even really been in this game. Not really done much at all. But sometimes you don't need to. Sometimes all you need to do is have one opportunity.
Just asking for someone to go and meet it.
And
then
you can
what a great finish as well. Good connection with the ball.
change the whole
leaving
game.
The keeper with little chance. It's a great goal. Because they're really looking dangerous at the moment.
Gelson.
Not messing
Good,
around with
not a
that
bad
clearance.
cross. Papela's going to get it back. Gelson's going to
Might
go
be
again
able to
down
get
the
in
wing.
behind the defence.
Going to Jork connect. Yes, he can. There we go.
Back in front.
The good connection that we're hoping will be massive for us this season. They connect this time. Been a couple of attempts, but good connection this time. Gelson Martins had to have a second bite of the cherry, but does plant it on Ludovic Jork's head. That's going to be the end of Gelson Martins' contribution for this one.
Oh, just the kind of
Oh,
save that the
Santan's made a
goalkeeper would
save.
expect to make.
Another one that was straight at him. I was a little bit scared that he wouldn't save that one. Diarra. Like I said, this is what I want my wide centre back to be able to do. Drive forward, make a little bit of discourse.
Oh, good run this. Now what can he do with it? Delivering it into the box.
That is a good cross there from Lamptey, and the Jork is going to finish off another header. That is 4-2. And that is the end of this pre-season match. Don't think we need to go that mad, boys. It's pre-season. Ludovic Jork, goal scorer extraordinaire, is back once again with a hat-trick in pre-season. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave things here. I'm going to do this last pre-season off camera. I will just go ahead to it. Let's take a look at the youth boys, see if anyone's ready to come up. Lorenz Müller is now finally ready to come up. At 65, he will come straight up. And Fabio Baumgartner as well can come up, and we'll try and get him out on loan. Also, let me know in the comments down below where you think we should send our youth scouts out to. But that's going to be the end of this episode. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to get notified when the next episode is available to you. And I hope to see you in it. Peace.